How do we know that what we're doing is the right thing, to do something nice for somebody? So the Torah in Parashat Behal says, if your brother, meaning your fellow Jew, becomes impoverished, meaning he doesn't have any money, he lost all of his money, and he doesn't have any money, his means falter, and he's in such trouble that he doesn't have money to pay for the house or for food or to feed his kids or to get clothes for them or things like that, that's a problem, right? So he says, if your fellow Jew becomes impoverished, you shall strengthen him, whether he's a convert or he's a natural born Jew. The same rule applies to both. Don't think that if he is a natural born Jew that you have more responsibility to him. No. And don't think that if he's a convert that you have responsible to him. No. Both the same rule. You have a responsibility to worry about your fellow Jews, whether they've always been Jewish or they became Jewish at some other point in their life. You have a responsibility to go and help them, so that he can live with you. What does it mean, so that he can live with you? So every time somebody has a problem, you have to tell them, oh, come live in my house? Not necessarily. If they already have a house, they don't need to live in your house. What does it mean? It means that if you see that your fellow Jew does not have food to eat, does not have money to buy things that they need, and you heard about it, even if he didn't come to you and ask, because perhaps he's embarrassed to ask. It's very embarrassing to be poor. It's very embarrassing to be in such a bad situation. So many times people that are suffering, they don't come and ask for help because they're embarrassed, especially if they used to be rich, especially if they used to have a lot. So you as a Jew have a responsibility, have a mitzvah, have an obligation to help your fellow Jew as soon as you hear that they have gone to the point where they're impoverished, where they don't have the ability to provide for themselves. Don't wait for them to come to you and beg, oh please, Sarah, Obadiah, Leah, please can you help me? No, don't wait for them to come and beg you for help. Absolutely not. As a Jew, you have the responsibility that as soon as you hear it, that means Hashem brought it to your proximity, He brought it to your life, He brought it to your attention. That means that Hashem wants you to help. And don't for a second think, wait a minute, why should I help them? There's other people that they know, maybe they can help them. If Hashem would have only wanted other people to help them, then He would have brought this to the attention of the other people. Why do you think Hashem made sure that you found out that they have problems? Why do you think? What do you think, Sarah? Why did Hashem bring it to your attention?
Because maybe Hashem, if you do that mitzvah, Hashem will give you something good.
Yeah, but even before the reward. You have, let's say, somebody that lives in your community, and you don't even know them that well. You know that they're Jewish, they're nice people, but you're not friends or anything. But now, let's say you and Leah are having a conversation, and Yocheved is having a conversation, and you're having some tea, and you're enjoying yourself, and all of a sudden, somebody comes in, the mailman comes in, he goes, hey, Giveret, here's your mail, here's the shipment. And you say, oh, thank you very much. He goes, oh, by the way, I heard that the neighbor, let's just call her Rachel, imagine it. The neighbor Rachel, I heard she doesn't have food to eat. But it's good that you guys have. And then he leaves. Now you know that Rachel, she has a rich brother. Or Rachel has a big family. And is it okay for you to say, you know what, since Rachel has a rich family, or she has a lot of other friends, the other people are going to help her. Even though I just found out that she doesn't have food to eat, but she has other people. So it's not my responsibility to help her, or it is my responsibility?
It is. It is my responsibility.
Why?
Because you can get the mitzvah. Hashem is
Yes.
giving you the mitzvah.
Why? Oh, how is Hashem giving you the mitzvah? How do you do it? Because He brought it to your attention.
Yeah.
See, Rachel knows a lot of people. Rachel, there's a lot of other people in the community. But Hashem made sure that you heard it. Which means that if He made sure that you heard that Rachel needs something, that means that Hashem wants you to know, because He wants you to be the one that helps. If He didn't want you to help, then you would never know about it. Then the mailman would not say Lashon Hara. He would not come and tell you what's happening at Rachel's house. But because He brought it to you, obviously Hashem says, I want you to find out. I want you to find out because I want you to be the one that does this mitzvah. Do you understand? So, here the Torah is telling us, yes, yeah.
We're coming back to house. We're coming back to house from somewhere, and then we saw a poor man. He was in the street. We don't have any food, so we gave him a bag of other ones almonds.
You gave him?
Almonds.
Almonds, that's very nice of you. Kol hakavod. Kol hakavod, it's very, very nice of you. And that's sometimes when you see people that are poor and you have the ability to help them by giving them a few dollars or giving them some food. It's definitely some mitzvah. Definitely mitzvah. And by the way, to give to food or even a little bit of money so they can buy food, you could do both with people that are poor and Jewish or people that are poor and goyim. It's not just Jews that you help the poor, but specifically here it's talking about if you find out that there's another Jew that is poor or is having some major problems, then it's your obligation to go and help them and not wait for them to ask for help because maybe they're embarrassed. So here we see inside the Torah of this week's parasha that doing something nice is not just a nice thing to do, but sometimes doing something nice could save somebody's life. Because if that person doesn't have food, then they could starve to death. They could have a problem, and that's actually what happened one time. Yes. There was a tzaddik. His name was Nachum Ish Gamzu. Nachum Ish Gamzu was a big tzaddik, and the Gemara says he was actually one of the rabbis of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva learned with him for over 20 years. He learned with him. That was his rabbi for the first 20 years. But he was in yeshiva. Nachum Ish Gamzu. And Nachum Ish Gamzu was called Nachum Ish Gamzu because he had such great emunah and bitachon in Hashem that he would always say, no matter what happened in his life, whether it was good or it was bad, he said, Gamzu letova, meaning this too is for the good. This too is for the good, where he knew that everything that happens in life, everything is for the good. And if somebody gets a new present, that's, let's say, a toy, or new markers, or a new dress, or a new kippah, or whatever it is, people say, oh, of course this is good. But sometimes a person, gets hurt. They fall, they hurt their leg or something, or they get a cold. They have to also say, Gamzu letova. Why? Because if Hashem did it, obviously there's something good out of it. We just have to find out what it is. Everything is good. And that was one of the teachings of Nachum Ish Gamzu. But the Gemara says in Masechet Ta'anit that Nachum Ish Gamzu had a very difficult experience one time. What happened? He was coming back from a long trip. He was away for a long time. And he was coming back from a long trip. And as soon as he got to his door of his house, a poor